In JavaScript, you can declare strings in three ways. You can use single quotes, double quotes, or backticks. Single quotes and double quotes are pretty much the same thing. They don't really do anything different. Backticks is where you have a huge difference. So with single quotes, you can have hello, and if you want to say Deeecode, you would have to escape this particular single quote, or you can come to this double quote and say hello, I am, or Deeecode. Because this is a single quote, it can be in a double quote, it doesn't matter. That's fine. But when you come to backticks, that's where things can get interesting. Although you can still mix backticks with these strings here. For example, I can come here and instead use a backtick, although it doesn't really mean anything here. But when you use backticks, this is where you have extra features on your string. One feature is that you can have multi-line strings. So for example, if I want to say hello and then go to the next line and say I am Deeecode, this is syntactically wrong, because with single quotes you cannot have string on multi-line. Even if I made this double quotes, you can still have a string on multi-line. But when you come to backticks, then you can have multi-line, I make, and then go to the next line, videos. And if I should log string 3 out, you can see we have I make and then the next line videos. You can even have multiple space here, and if I run this, you can see we have the extra space here. So this is one benefit of backticks. Another benefit is that you have template literals, where you can interpolate variables or even expressions generally in your string. So for example, here I can have a variable called item, and this is going to be videos. And then here, instead of saying I make videos, I can use the $, curly bracket, and then have the item variable expression here. And if I should run this, you see we have I make videos. Now I can easily change this to I make pictures. Well, I also make pictures sometimes. And if I run this, and here we have I make pictures, but it doesn't have to be variables. It can also be expressions. For example, we can have a function called return item, and this function probably does some calculation and then it just returns pictures. And then here I can interpolate the function called return item. So we have I make, then we call return item, and when I run this again, we have I make pictures. So when you're working with complex strings, using backticks can be really useful, because in this backtick I can also mix it with single quotes, double quotes, and then expressions that evaluate to a value that is interpolated in the string. But if I'm working with very simple strings, then single quotes and double quotes are just enough.